So then she let you go out, and most men cheat on their girl before they become their wife. It's standard business. It's nothing crazy, okay? You cheat on her because you need to know if she really loves you or not.
What? Man, y'all know I ride for y'all, but that don't even make no sense. Y'all can't tell me that. Comments, tell me that don't make no sense. You cheat on her to see if you love her? How that gonna help you? How that gonna make you, oh, I love her now? The reason why it would make you more connected to the relationship is because, let me give you a little taste. You may now say, dang, I may lose her because I cheated on her. So my fear of loss has me more attached to her than I would if I didn't cheat on her, I didn't have something to hide, okay? That's guilt keeping you in a relationship. That's not love. Hey y'all, it's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here to do another reaction video, okay? And today I'm doing one from 8 at the Table. Before I get into that, I need y'all to go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like the content that I'm putting out. Y'all, I work really hard, and I hope that you enjoy it. So if you enjoy it, if you feel me, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. And last but not least, I have a free ebook, a gift from me to you, because I reached 100,000 subscribers. And I'm just so grateful, y'all. So grateful. In a comment, I will have a link that you can click and you can get my ebook for free. Go ahead and hit that little button right here. Okay. Well, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the content. So the name of this content is Men Should Never Love a Woman More Than She Loves You. I think this is an interesting title, so I'm excited to see what they have to say. Let's get into it.
Men and women or whomever, do you believe that your partner should love you more than you should love your partner?
Yes.
It's a no
It has
for me.
to be that way. Because men are natural leaders. We can't not blur the goddamn battle zone, okay? You know what I'm saying? When men become simps, when men become, well, yeah. Nah.
It's a lot of those out there.
Yeah, they walk over you. No, I'm not saying him. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I love all my men here. You know, I can say that genuinely. You know what I'm saying? But when men become simps, right? Women take over us, and women
With power are detrimental.
women love to find a man that they can gouge on, okay?
I'm confused though, because I need a woman to love herself, because we're gonna have the problems that she
gotta
don't.
love
I don't
you,
need her to
bro.
love me more.
Let this man speak.
You gotta love.
The question is, I get you.
Do I want my woman to love me more?
Then you love her.
No, I need her just to love herself. No, I know what you're saying.
So what does loving herself got to do with it?
Because I don't.
Here's what it's got to do with it, family. Here's what it got to do with it. In the Bible, it says, y'all know I have to go to scriptural. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. I can't love a man well if I don't love myself well. Okay. And that's part of what I think we get into. Women should love a man more than he loves her, blah, blah, blah. No. She should have a healthy relationship with self. That's what we've got to get into. A lot of the issues y'all have with women is because they don't have healthy relationships with themselves. Late and great Dr. Miles Monroe, he talks about how people being ready for relationships, about them being unique and whole by themselves in order for them to be able to go into a relationship and provide value. Because there's so much value within themselves and they're so whole by themselves, it spills over and they're able to share that with someone else. But when somebody goes into relationships because they need attention or approval or they need to feel important, they're actually coming in starving for things that they're looking for in the other party. And there's a lot of women that do that. There's a lot of men that do that, but there's a lot of women that look for in relationships. They want that partner to be responsible for pouring into them things that they're not doing for themselves. And therefore it becomes a burdensome relationship because they're starving and they're looking for you to fulfill those needs. They become a burden. And so you don't want somebody that's going to be a burden. You want, we talked about this. You want an asset, not a liability. So I hear what they're saying about men and their leaders and women. You know, we got a lot of simps out here and simps are doing X, Y, and Z. I would say somebody that is a simp, just to be real, is someone who does not have a healthy relationship with self. Because if you have a healthy relationship with self, you will love and there will be boundaries, right? And so you won't love or want the attention or the affection or the approval of someone more than you need to have a certain kind of relationship with self, right? So I would say that on either side, when we see different aberrations of people that we've labeled, we'll see that it boils down to having a healthy relationship with self. So I'm with this guy on this.
I want her to love me more than I love her. I want her to love herself. I'm going to love myself, and we're going to be together. I'm a leader.
So
I don't tolerate the. I'm going to love her.
So what happens
Absolutely.
if you love her more than she loves you?
If I love her more than she loves me, then she might leave me.
Exactly. So
She
why
might
would you
leave-
want
I'm
that?
all right with that
So then-
because that
so-
means she don't love herself.
Now, and what happens if she loves you more than you love her?
I don't care. I'm going to love myself. I don't care. It's fine.
All right, so listen.
Listen, what I'm saying is, if I love her a lot and I tell her one day I love you first, and she does never say it, she's not obligated to say it to me.
I get that.
She could show it or she cannot. If I
Okay, I don't see where he's at. He's kind of like, I have an argument against this, but I don't have a clear standing as to where I stand in this. I don't even know if I even said that right. But anyway, you see what I'm saying. He just seemed like he arguing to argue. But where I can argue against that is that a woman that loves a man more than he loves her, I think when there's imbalance in everything, it leaves room for both parties to be unstable. Right. And so I think that there's going to be times one may love the other. I think it's more like an up and down thing when we actually look at the statistics of relationships. It's going to be more up and down. There's going to be a time where maybe the man loves her more than she loves him. Then it'll be a time where she loves him more than he loves her. And it kind of goes back and forth. But as long as there is understanding of love and that love is not being used against another person or it's being used out of its proper context, which means it's abused, then I don't see the issue with the ups and downs that comes with relationships and long-term marriages or long-term relationships and marriages. Yeah.
If I feel like she's not showing it, then I'll move forward and I'll leave her by and I'll keep it moving. If she loves me more than if I never say I love you to her, she tells me, then let's see where it goes. And let's see if I wind up loving her the way she loves me.
All right, Dave, look.
I'm not going to take advantage of the situation because she told me she loves me first.
That sounds cool. Let me break this down for you, right?
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you what you
Tell me,
said.
Spooner.
I'm going to tell you what you just told me, right? You just told me that if you love her more than she loves you, then she may leave you. That's what you said.
Right, but that, yes, I did say
follow
that.
me.
Yes, I did say
But if
that.
you
Yes,
love her,
But if she loves you more than you love her, you're not going to leave her.
correct.
But that's not always the truth, though. There's men that leave women, and it happens a lot as well. We have to talk both sides. There's men that leave women that, and y'all, we hear this with situationships. We hear this in modern dating culture, how men are dating a number of women. And these women may very well be in love with this man, very well see this man as their husband or their biblical husband or whatever they decided, their soulmate, they twin flame, whatever that is. But that man don't feel nothing for her. That happens all the time. That doesn't mean he's going to stay. So I disagree with that. I think our focus should not be about who loves who more about let's be healthy. Let's find people that have healthy relationships with self and that are on their healing journey, or you're not going to love anybody well.
Correct.
I'm a great man. That's because I'm a great man. What about it?
That makes her a shitty woman.
Do you think that it'll be fair or I guess beneficial for your relationship if she loves you more than you love her versus the opposite way around?
If it's beneficial, say that again.
Like beneficial for your relationship in the longevity aspect, right? Is it that for her to love you more than you love her, is that more beneficial for your relationship versus you loving her more than she loves you? That's the real question.
I don't have a good answer for that.
You answered it already. I just say yes. You answered it
already.
Because in one aspect, you're telling me she's going to leave you. And the other aspect, you're telling me you're not going to leave her.
So she needs to love you way more than you love her in your mind.
She needs to love me way more than I love.
In order for y'all to stay together, because you said if she loves you,
yeah, I
because
guess.
she said if it's
Listen,
vice
I
versa,
guess
then
so,
you
but
worry
I'm
about her
not.
leaving.
Those are things I'm not worried about. You know,
That's not your focus.
it's not my focus. I deal with the day-to-day basis, how we treat each other, the respect we have on that day. That will lead to another great day. And if I find out in time that I'm not getting that reciprocated, then I'll walk away. I'm not looking to the future. I'm concerned about now. How are we treating each other now? Are you showing me that respect, that you're trustworthy, you're honest? And then I'm watching you, how you treat yourself. That will keep me there, how you treat yourself. I'm not worried about if she loves me more. It's not an obligation. If you don't love yourself, you're never going to show me that you love me.
he's on point with this right here. Because again, we focus so much on, well, she may leave me if I love her more than she loves me. Well, she may not. And the vice versa, you may leave her. Like both possibilities are true. And I think that men look at that differently because they're looking from a perspective of, well, if a woman loves me more, then I have the power in the situation because she needs me more than I need her. So I have power and I can choose to stay or I can choose to go. So yes, if you're looking for power and control in the relationship, you will want somebody that wants you more than you want them. But ultimately, I think both parties, if we're trying to have a healthy dynamic, you want somebody that has a healthy relationship with self. Relationships are not about power and control. It's about having understandings, and like, for example, I've already talked about this. I want a relationship where I'm not the lead. I don't want to be the leader. I want to be heard, but I don't want to be the leader. I don't want to be the decision maker. I know that I'm indecisive. I also know that I'm a passionate and emotional person. I know these things about myself, and therefore I'm okay with and desire for someone to be the stable leader in the household that I will have, in the marriage that I will have. And so I think that when we focus too much about like who loves who and who likes more, and does that matter in terms of certain kinds of relationship? Yes, but I think that's a very surface level of looking at things. Like becomes deeper than that when you're talking about love and wanting to be with someone long term. When you want to be with someone long term, you want to respect them and you want them to respect you. It's not about power and control. When we get into manipulating power and control and wanting someone to want you more than you want them, and it becomes more of a game, y'all. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of playing games. I want somebody that has certain core things about them, period. That's what I'm looking for. So that's my point.
If you don't love yourself.
No, I don't think that's true because some
That
people
is true. Oh, no, Rico, he's right. She's right. That's biblical. If I don't love me, how can I love you? If I don't treat me well, how can I treat you well? We talk a lot right now about narcissism. That's a big hot topic. Narcissism's bound level, like base level of what creates a narcissist is a fragile ego, is deep insecurity. What's insecurity? Like low self-esteem, extremely low self-esteem, and therefore puts on this persona so that they don't appear how they feel. It's a commitment to a show. And it becomes their pervasive personality in order to protect their extremely fragile ego. Meaning that if someone doesn't love themselves well, abuse can absolutely occur in that type of relationship because they don't have a healthy relationship with self. So anybody that's watching me, especially men, when you are looking for someone, if you're looking for a long-term partner, you should absolutely take into account how they love themselves. Not, they go get their hair and nails done. How they handle and engage in relationships, how they engage and handle in relationships before, have they done their work, just different things. It's definitely something that we need to take more into account.
people don't know how to love themselves, but they can love everybody else.
Nah, that's fake love.
No.
But
That's fake love.
going off on
That's
a
fake
tangent.
love.
I'm gonna
Can I
tell
say
y'all,
something?
That's
you're
fake
going
love.
off on a tangent. I'm gonna tell y'all where all this
That's
is
fake
wrong
love.
from the beginning. When we talking about women, and I told Rico this all the time. When you first think about the woman, when you're getting in the relationship, no, she's capping. That's the number one thing. So while y'all basing your whole life story and decision making upon whatever you make it, any type of decision about, understand when she opens her mouth, 90% of the time she's capping. So when you realize that, then you know she got to love you way more than you love her. She got to, because once you realize she's capping all the time, you're gonna be like, yo, I need to go somewhere. So you
See, you just told on yourself. Exactly. You want to be in the power position. You want to be the person that walks away. It's really not about her loving you more. Her loving you more gives you the ability and the freedom to see her more clearly. And therefore, you are able to make a more rational decision about who she is as a person and have the power to leave without being caught up in your feelings. That means that both parties have the potential to leave. It's not about, if you're talking about, yes, men, if you're saying, hey, men, so that you don't get hurt, make sure that you keep a little bit of your feelings to yourself so that you're not out here looking dumb if a woman plays games with you. Okay, I can get that. I can get holding and reserving aspects and parts of yourself until you see the character of a person. It's not about having a relationship last long. That's not what you're talking about here. What you're talking about here is for men to stay in power, you need to find a woman that loves you more than you love her. Okay, duly noted. That's what it should be. Not about relationships lasting longer. It's just about men remaining in power and being able to dip out of relationships when they feel like it, so that it's not the reverse. Women leaving because you love them more than they love you.
So then she let you go out, and most men cheat on their girl before they become their wife. It's standard business. It's nothing crazy. Okay? You cheat on her because you need to know if she really loves you or not.
What? Man, y'all know I ride for y'all, but that don't even make no sense. You cheat on her to see if you love her? How that gonna help you? The reason why it would make you more connected to the relationship is because you may now say, dang, I may lose her because I cheated on her. So my fear of loss has me more attached to her than I would if I didn't cheat on her. I didn't have something to hide. That's guilt keeping you in a relationship. That's not love. Only connects you more to the relationship because you're cheating, because you're doing some stuff, sneaking around, and because you're afraid of that, that's why you're staying and you're attached to it.
Period.
Yeah,
and once you cheat on her, right, and she doesn't leave you, and she still starts to tell you the truth, and she still say, yo, you can run the money, and she still wants to go wild, and she wants to suck your you gotta win her.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Period.
Oh, geez.
I got a saying that I learned from an OG long time ago, right?
Y'all, this is not, this is so unhealthy. Y'all, we do not solve the modern dating problem by playing more games. That's not how you solve the problem. You solve the problem by exposing the dysfunction, having uncomfortable conversations, and then making adjustments moving forward so that we're playing less games and therefore having more real connections and therefore having longer lasting relationships. And I get why men are feeling like we need to protect ourselves and things of that nature. You should. You absolutely should. But not by playing a game with yourself, because that's what he's talking about. You're playing a game with you when you do that. You're not playing a game with her. You're not really testing anything with her. You're really manipulating your own emotions by allowing guilt to come in, and then now you got to admit this thing to her, and now she forgives you, and because you're so grateful that she's forgiven you and she's now in this relationship with you and still deciding to be all these things to you, now you have a deeper appreciation because she didn't leave you when you did this cheating test. No, because guess what will happen in a year from now, from that point, or 6 months from that point? What will happen is you'll be like, dang, I idealized her because she stayed with me. Because at a point where she could have left me, which is where I'm at lower value, and I see her as higher value because I'm trying to get her to stay with me, she stays. Now, as we continue on in the relationship, I'm starting to feel like she's not as high value as I made her seem, because when I put her on a pedestal trying to get back with her and get back in her graces, idealized and romanticized her because I was guilty. So I literally played a game with myself when I could have been honest from the jump and really figured out who this woman was and made it a qualified decision before wasting a year plus of my life.
Right? Women know exactly who they're dealing with when they come to you, right? Does that make sense to you fellas?
Yep.
Women know what games they can run when they come to a certain man. So they know they can run, I need the $300 for my rent. I need the $70 for my nails. I need the $150 for my phone bill. And when they come to easy, they're like, yo, baby, what's up? Call me when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? They know. So with that question there,
What I will say with him, what he's saying, that is true. Women know who to play with. They do. Women have the sense, they have the vibe, which is why men on my channel, you'll see that I'm giving you signs and tips of how to get around that. But absolutely, women absolutely know who to play with. They do. And they can tell by your aura and your confidence what one won't allow.
A woman love you more than you love her, of course, it gotta go like that. Because most men will cheat on their woman before the woman cheat on them. But at the end of the day, she gotta know that she's with a winner. And she's gonna know that, and you're gonna know that by the type of game she runs. If you're always hearing, I need the $70, I need the $350, I need the $150, yeah, bro, you number 2, 3, 4, 5 on the list. And she's coming to you like, yo, pick me up when you're ready. She got you as number 1, okay? And that's the one that's loving you more than you love her.
No. That's not loving you. That's not loving you. That's respecting you. See, that's where y'all get it messed up. It's not about her loving you. It's about her respecting your caliber of man enough to say, you know what, he top tier. You know what, I respect him. So I put him at the top of my list. If he called me, I'm ready. That's respect, not love. And that's where you got it messed up. It's about a woman respecting you enough to see the value in you. To say, I'm not going to run the same games I'm running on all these other dudes on you. Yes, when a woman starts getting involved with you, like, let's just play it out. Let's say you try to pursue her and you're pursuing her. She's not really biting. She's not really talking to you back with it. And then something happens and then she starts deciding to get in contact with you. Just look at the nature of the relationship. Were you her first option? Probably not, because it took her a while to respond and be responsive to you. Or you had to pursue to get her to give you the time of day, you know? And so then you in this relationship with someone who never saw your value and really just saw what you could do for her life, right? Like, oh, you know, I got this bill I got to pay. I got this thing I got to do. He could help me here, or he could do that, or he could do this. You have to start seeing things for what they actually are. In today's culture, like, a lot of women are not really being genuine in what they're desiring from a relationship with a man. Some of it is completely fabricated in order to get what they want to get from it. And you'll know if you actually analyze it and look at it for what it actually is. But a lot of men don't want to do that. Why? Because their ego is too invested in the relationship. If they look at the relationship for what it is and it is not a genuine situation, then you may look at it like, dang, that means I'm less of a man, or she didn't really want me. And that brings about other thoughts of insecurity. But I do agree that how a woman conducts herself in the relationship, how available she makes herself to you, are signs that she respects you. In order for a woman to love you, she needs to respect you. And when a woman comes out the gate asking you to pay bills and do this, that, and the third, she doesn't respect you. She doesn't.
And at the end of the day, might potentially get
my opinion.
So women know exactly what games they're going to run with who they're going to run it with. And that's a fact, though.
That's because they could run those games on the men who love her more than she loves them.
Yeah.
Fact, though.
She'll run that game. Listen, it's not just a woman. It's anybody will take advantage when they can.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So once anybody is already submitting, you're going to already take. It's just natural to take more because you can get more from it.
I don't know. I would say, and you heard me say this many times before,
I think women, to Rico's point, which Rico's right, anybody that feels that, hey, listen, boundaries are malleable, like I can step all over this person's boundaries and they're not going to do anything. People test. People do test you. That's just what it is. People test, and you see a test of character as well when people do take advantage of you. But it does happen. It can happen with men. It can happen with women. Absolutely. I think when it comes down to the point with women, it's not that she loves you more than you love her. It's more about how viable of a candidate you are to her. That's really what you are seeing with how she's conducting herself. It's not really about like she loves you. She don't love you off rip. She just sees you long term. She sees what you can possibly present or bring into her life and the package that you are. And she's like, ooh, he top tier. So let me not play games with this guy because I want him long term. Maybe you handsome. Maybe you got yourself together. Maybe she feels like you would bring a sense of stability in her life. Maybe she, whatever that is for her, whatever she values the most, that's what she's going to look for in a long-term partnership. And therefore put you at the top of her list if you meet more of those items. That's just simply what it is. But it also comes down to, outside of a list, does that woman respect you? Not love, respect. She's got to be like, is this a man I can respect? Is this a man I can really see a future with? And that he's going to add to me in the way that I desire, you know? So
I give to give. The person who's taken advantage of is the one that don't know what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. So no woman's taking advantage of me. That's that that people want to escape. You're not taking advantage of me. I know what I'm doing. I'm in the knowing. I know exactly what I need to do, where I need to be. I do for myself perfectly fine. So no woman's taking advantage of me. So I'm loving you because I'm loving myself. It's very simple. If you do not love me in return, then I'll move forward to somebody else. You know, nobody here is obligated. This is the shit that want to do. They want to hold on to shit. I don't want to play that game. Who's going to stop the pattern? I'm a pattern breaker. I'm stopping the pattern. I'm not playing that game. I don't have to somebody else in order for you to cry and suffer to show me that you love me. That's called immaturity. I'm not doing that game. That's what that's called.
he's right about that. That is a game. that person is essentially playing a game with themselves. He's right about that. I think that what he's trying to say is that he doesn't have to necessarily play a game with women to know who loves who more. He's just like, if you love me, cool. If you're not gonna do right by me and I see your character, then I just let go of you. Like, I'm not gonna keep going into the relationship. I'm not gonna keep moving forward, but I'ma still be me. And if you show me something different, or if you show me that you're not with it, or you're not of caliber, or you don't have character, well, then I keep it moving. So he's basically saying, I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna be playing games. I'm gonna keep being me. And I respect that. I do respect it. I don't think he's saying it as eloquently as he could, but I do see his perspective. Why play a game? Like, y'all, if I'm going into a dating relationship, I'm not playing a game with nobody. I'm not. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be bubbly. I'm funny. I'm going to crack jokes. I'm going to say some stuff, whatever. I'm not going to come in trying to like outplay the other person and like do little mind games to see what you going to do. Like, over time, if you do things that I don't respect or I don't like, or I feel like is not the character of someone I want to be with, I will cut it off. I will. Okay, cool. Moving on. You know, that's just what it is. And I think that that's the difference between these guys. It's like, I can see the first guy's perspective with the respect thing. I do agree with that. You know how much a woman respects you by how she conducts herself with you and what she asks of you and how she communicates with you. Absolutely. He's 100% right. I understand what Rico's saying about people will take advantage. So you just got to draw boundaries and know that from the jump. But he also was in line with that aspect of things, and that woman should be more interested in you, or she should at least see more of the value in you. I don't look at it like that's love, but that's, you know, I see what he's saying. And the other guy, I didn't see what he was saying. I'm sorry. I didn't see what he was saying. I couldn't see the value in that one. Because that's just, like I said, what he's calling love or being more in love, or the love test, is not a love test at all. That's a game that you're playing with yourself. You're then going to put yourself to feel guilty and then have to overcompensate to bring her back to you. Like, no, that's a game. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
But wait, hold on, Rico. But the Kappas are playing that game. Go ahead.
Well, they are Kappas. That's just not.
But
me.
listen, also, I want to, before we change, we'll also, you gotta remember.
Listen, hug this, Spooner. Hug this.
Well, at least we're both in shock, because he shot me and you kissing the brother. He's not gonna let that go. Yo, when I get off, I want to say one thing. Say one thing, right? My young brother is kissing the brother. Kill me now, son.
I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at you.
Pick it back on what you said real quick, right? You said, who cares, right? I said, man, we gotta care, because we are financing these women's lifestyles, bro.
Especially you.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? I know women that are financing. I know women that are financing their life.
No. We men are. Women are not doing this.
Women financing their life.
Bro. Listen.
I've been in a relationship with women that finance themselves.
Women do not finance their lifestyles, bro. Women do not.
He's talking.
How, Sway? Women absolutely finance their lifestyles. There's a lot of single women that are working and providing for themselves because they have to have a place to stay. They have to have something to eat. They have to have something to drink. They have to have maybe cable, Wi-Fi, internet. Yeah, there are women that take care of themselves. Did he not know? He didn't know that? Did he not know that? He didn't know that women do that? That's interesting. Oh, so funny. I'm sorry.
Talking about in the most part. Not
all right. We're talking about, they pay their car insurance, they pay their phone bill, so you can call them all, right? But the minute they need something, who you think they're going to call? Who cares, right? I said, man, we got to care, because, we are financing these women's lifestyles, bro.
Especially you.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? I know women that are financing. I know women that are financing their life.
No. We men are. Women are not doing this.
Women financing their life.
Bro. Listen.
I've been in a relationship with women that finance themselves.
Women do not finance their lifestyles, bro. Women do not.
He's talking about in the most part. Not
all right. We're talking about they pay their car insurance, they pay their phone bill, so you can call them all, right? But the minute they need something, who do you think they're gonna call? A male. And that's what I'm talking about, fellas, right? We need to keep in mind that, we can't not let go of this, I want to be nice. And then you're financing this woman to one day to be like, I'm not going to mess with you no more. But that same $150, $200, $300 is going to last for a whole month. And she's going to find a new Dave or a new Jerry or a new Chris.
You're not going to change the herd.
You shouldn't say Rico.
But you're not going to change the herd and Simps mind who can't get this on their own. So you're barking up the wrong tree
Right,
because they don't have, it's like me, like real talk, just 1 second. People will say to me, well, what did you do when you was getting these women and you was doing all that? I said, nothing. I rarely talked to them. I wasn't amazed by them. To be honest, I totally ignored them. And that's what worked.
No, but he's right. I know that sounds, listen, this is the first time I'm agreeing with him the whole episode, but he's right. When you ignore women and you basically like are in your own zone and you're pursuing your own thing and you're not chasing women, you get more women. It's when you all into them. I just did a video about how women prefer or like go after, seek out men that are taken because they're not searching for anything, supposedly. Right. But the men that are just in relationships and they're focused on their relationship, women find that appealing because they're not chasing after them. They're not like, oh, can we do this? Can we do, like, they are aloof on some level. And that's what he's basically saying. Like, I got women because I wasn't stunning them like that. And that's how you get women. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds backwards, but that's what does work. Because women are then intrigued. Like, why don't you like me? Why aren't you pursuing me? Why aren't you saying something? Why aren't you in my DMs? Why aren't you? Like, that's how they think. That's how women do, you know? And that's, so I'm not surprised with it.
Worked for me. You see what I'm saying? But if I walk around and tell somebody that, I've told people that and they be like, yo, that works for you, that don't work for me. And I'll turn around and say, did you try it? Nah, I didn't try it.
Mm-hmm.
So while you giving them the gospel, these same herbs is making the world keep going around because when they talk to you, they say, oh, he not with the game. Oh, you're not with the game.
Exactly.
Oh,
Dave with the game. Dave with the game.
I'm rolling with Dave.
Oh, I got a stack.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even saying Dave is the guy. I'm using it as an example. I'm not talking about Dave. If Dave wants to do whatever he wants to do, I'm totally free, whoever works for them. But I'm just telling you that while we're telling them what they need to do, I guarantee you they're not going to listen.
So guys, I want to end this off, but I wanted to say this in this episode. I think men should not be playing with themselves when it comes to certain things as far as like playing certain games, i.e. the cheating game, which not wise. Don't do that. But the last part, like 100%, he's right about that. I also think that when you're talking about, you know, the different aspects of like women loving you and respect and things like that, like I think it's way more important to find a woman that loves herself. And that is rare. That's actually really hard to find today. Because a lot of women are acting out of a place of inadequacy. They're acting out of a place of not feeling the lack of security. Low self-esteem is driving the car, not security. And it's masked as a super huge ego that's posting themselves and they love the way they look, but that's not, when we see it for what it is, it's like, I need people to continuously give me compliments and fuel me because I don't do it enough for myself. I can't do it for myself. So I externally seek validation because I'm not doing it for myself. When we start to recognize the signs of that, we can start to find healthier partnerships and healthier relationships. But right now we're choosing, you know, broken people are choosing broken people and having broken relationships. And until we break the cycle, we're going to continue to have broken relationships. All right. Anyway, y'all, that was fun. I had a good time. Again, if you like content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be a part of my family, number one. And you will also get notifications of when I put out content, which is frequently. And also click the link that's in my description and in a comment, a pinned comment, where you can be one of the people that get my free ebook, Secrets of the High Value Woman. All right. Otherwise than that, y'all, oh, and you'll be invited into my email list. I already discussed that before. I'm not going to keep you guys on here longer, but I love y'all and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family. Okay, join my family today.